just wrapped up game one of the series against the Brighton Lincoln Sox. And I'm here with pitcher Sean Nadeau, number 23. Sean, you just pitched a shutout. How are you feeling right now?
Feels pretty good. I didn't have the velocity that I wanted to have for the game, but Kevin called a really good game behind the plate, and we mixed it up well enough that kept the hitters off balance, and we did what we needed to do.
Well, you were really strong opening up the game, and I thought I detected you getting a little bit tired around the fourth or the fifth.
Yeah, I did get a little bit tired, but like I said, haven't put the ball in play, and we'll see what happens. I didn't walk too many batters, but I didn't pitch the way I wanted, but we got the job done.
Yeah, I think third baseman Mark DeRoche really cleaned up the fourth and the fifth. He ended the scoring opportunities with runners on 3 and 2 out. Feeling a little bit of relief there?
Yeah, Mark played a really great game over at third base, and as long as I get him hitting the ball there, I'll be fine.
Well, you did an excellent job. Pitched a shutout. You should be really psyched about that. And looking forward to the rest of the series?
Definitely. Hopefully we'll sweep, but if not, I'll be ready for Game 5.
Sounds good. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
I'm here with Coach Mike Powers. Mike, how come we didn't see you in right field tonight?
Today I took the day off. I was the designated hitter. Normally when Sean pitches, we have a replacement, Brian Costa, who is probably our best defensive outfielder. A lot quicker than me, with a better glove, better arm, a little bit younger as well. So he picks up the slack very, very well.
In the bottom of the fifth, let's talk about this for a minute. Dave Tresca, first baseman, he hits a single, he steals second, you're at bat, catcher bobbles it, you tell him to go for 3, he gets tagged out at third. You end up hitting a double, which would have sent him home. What's going through your head at this point?
Well, it's one of those breaks of the game. That's why they call it a game of inches. If he had broke at the right time, he may have made it, he may not have made it. It's a chance to get a take in baseball. Just a tough break. Normally after that happens, when someone gets thrown out like that, usually a single or a double or something usually happens, something good. So it's all right. We got by. We had a great game. Sean pitched a great game. We survived, so we'll forget about that one.
Number 19, David Sprague, ended up knocking you home, so kind of redeemed it.
Yes. David's a great hitter. He's been here all year long. Had a couple tough injuries early in the year, but he came back strong and got a nice piece on that ball to get us the third run, which is basically all we needed with Sean pitching.
Great. Thanks a lot for talking.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Coming off a 6-4 loss to the Sox tonight, but I'm here with number 16, catcher Kevin Doyle, who's consistently shown excellent play throughout this series. Kevin, you had not played this team before during the regular season because they're of a different division, yes?
We actually played them once, and it was a 6-5 loss down here.
So had you had an opportunity to kind of scout out the batters?
Yes and no. I mean, you really can't get much of a look during one game, but you know, you do your best, and I know a couple of the players. I've played in this league previously just for a different team.
Now, just about every night, you're playing with a different pitcher, sometimes more than one, and you have a reputation for calling an excellent game. How did you call tonight's game differently?
I don't know if I called it much differently. The ump was a little, his strike zone was a little smaller than the other guys, so that may have came into play, but other than that, I didn't call much of a different game.
And very strong at bat as well as in the field. Thanks a lot for talking to us tonight, and good luck in the next game.
All right, thank you. You're welcome.
Now I'm here with pitcher Brian Schofield. After the first inning, Brian, the game was tied 3-3, and you pitched your way out of a tough second inning. There were 2 outs and a runner on third, and you get the next batter out. What was going through your head at that point?
Well, after that first inning, I was, kind of nervous. Didn't want to, give the team in a hole, a couple of runs. So I tried to reach back for a little bit extra, and came through. Yeah.
And comes into the third inning, we get 3 batters up, 3 batters down. How'd you pull that out?
I was getting in a groove. You get in a groove once in a while, and those middle innings, I felt pretty good, throwing more strikes and got through.
Well, you hang tough until the 6th inning, and then in the 6th inning, the other team scores the 5th and 6th runs. It ends up being the game-winning runs. At that point, though, how was your arm doing?
Oh, I was pretty tired. I haven't thrown for a couple of weeks, trying to stay loose in between, those couple of weeks, but, it's not the same at game time. It was kind of tired. I was feeling kind of, hurt, but I was trying extra, trying to get that 3-0 lead in the series.
Mm-hmm. And how do you think, my perspective on the game was that in games past, some of the other pitchers were getting hit as well, but the defense was really strong and was able to save a few runs for the team. Well, how do you think about the guys behind you tonight?
Well, they've been there all season, they're backing me up all through. When I needed them, they were there. And, a couple of misjudged balls, but, they're consistent. They're usually there.
Okay, well, good luck
Great.
to you and the rest of your team.
Thank you.
At the conclusion of Game 6 with Alibrandis coach and player, Mike Powers. Mike, you pitched a great game tonight. You actually had 8 strikeouts ending the game. Looked really strong through the first 4. Around the 5th, were you getting a little tired?
I was fading a little bit. The adrenaline wasn't there anymore. It was more or less going back and forth between coaching and pitching and between hoping we get some runs in the innings and pitching out there. It just mentally just wore me totally out.
I think, unfortunately, sometimes all it takes is one bad break. Now, the Sox scored 3 runs in the 6th, and you could almost feel the energy level on your team just sink. Did you think it was over at that point?
Well, I didn't think it was over. We have a good team. We've come back from bigger deficits this year. Unfortunately, the ball, Jimmy came in on it, made a great attempt, and the ball just kept tailing out away from him, and he probably didn't realize that the way he was looking at the ball. But from my angle, I could see it perfectly that he probably wasn't going to get to it. It took a little bit out of us, yes. Didn't mean the game was over, but it did take a little bit out of us.
And looking into Game 7, any advice for your team?
Well, we're going back with our number one pitcher, Sean Nadeau. He's done it all year long. He's been a big game pitcher every single game of the year. It's his ball now. We're going to have to come down early tomorrow, get together as a team, regroup, and play the way we can.
And Sean just pitched the last game on Friday, I believe, which was a 10-4 win over the Sox.
Yes, that's correct.
And you think his arm's ready to go for another game?
I think he's more than ready. He's our rock. He's our number one man. He's solid. He can bounce back, and I think we'll be all set. I think we can take it.
All right, so everybody stay tuned because we find out tomorrow night if Alibrandis wins the YBL League Championship. Jimmy Schaefer, who has had consistently high level of play throughout this series, most definitely the most bases stolen during the series. Jimmy, why don't you talk about that a little bit?
I feel if I can get on base and I can run, I can spark us up. And it happened tonight, thank God.
Jimmy, how long have you been playing with this team?
I've been with this team about 10 years. I played with the Intercity League, and I played with them part-time, and then about 10 years ago, I played with them full-time, and it's just amazing. We finally did it.
Now, you have never come this close before, am I right?
No, last year, 2 years ago, we got knocked out in the semifinals against Al Thomas, 3 straight, and that broke us back. We took a year off, we didn't make the playoffs, and this year we finally did it.
At any point during this series, did you think, that's it, we lost it, we're not going to come back?
Yeah, I did, when we lost at Trump. And then I said, if we don't come up to play tonight and throw a lot at them in the first inning, they're going to bury us. But we threw it at them, and here we are, thank God.
And what about tonight? Every team's nightmare, taking it to a Game 7, and especially this team, causing us a real nail-biter, 7-6. Tonight, at any point did you think we're going to lose this?
No, when we were up 7-6, they hit Sean hard. Sean did the job all year for us. And Maki's our closer. He's our number 2 starter. He just come in, he did the job, and I had no doubt with him on the mound.
Well, congratulations, YBL League champions this year, Jimmy Schaefer.
Thank you.
I'm here now with Dave Tresca, first baseman and founder of the Alibrandis team. Dave, when did you found the team?
1990, we started in the Junior Park League.
And what inspired you to do that?
I had played in the league, and there was a chance to get another team in, and since there was no team from Somerville, I thought it would be a good chance to get us in, and we got in, and we've been in the league ever since.
Now, you've been playing for a long time with the Alibrandis team.
Mm-hmm.
What made this team, with its different faces, different chemistry, what made this team so special?
Well, we pitched a lot better than we have in the past. We got Mark DeRoche and Sean and Brian Schofield. They really kept us in games longer than we have in the past. We always had a good hitting team, but the pitching really helped us out, and our catcher, too. Kevin Doyle, he was a big pickup because he kept us in games, he kept us sharp, and he caught the pitching staff very well. And due to those things, I mean, with the hitting we've always had and the pitching we got this year, we were lucky enough to come out with the championship.
And I thought consistency played a big role.
Well, I mean, yeah, they were consistent. They stayed in the games for 7 innings. Usually we had to, go 5 innings and patch up the last 2 innings of who we had. But those guys were able to really do the job. They stayed in the games. They really, kept us in games the whole way through the season. It was a great job.
And so after all these years, how does it feel to finally clinch the championship?
Well, it's very satisfying if you understood how these meetings go for the league and all that goes on behind the scenes, getting field permits and getting the sponsor and uniforms and everything. It's a lot of work, and to finally win a championship, it really is a lot of fun.
And I don't know that everyone understands. You guys started practicing as early as February of this year, correct?
Yeah, well, Michael coaches the team. I just kind of stand behind and run it, and he got cage time up at strike 1 in Burlington, and we were hitting every week, and we really got together. And then we got outside as soon as we could, and we and we luckily brought it out the championship.
Well, congratulations to you and the rest of your team, Dave. Long time coming, well worth it.
Thank you.